Welcome back to Wash Talk, the Car Wash Podcast. I'm your host, Rich DiPaolo, and joining me today is Jason Milen, CEO of Jax Kar Wash. And that's Jax Kar Wash with a K, correct, Jason?
You got it.
Maybe we'll find out why in this interview here today. But welcome to Wash Talk, Jason. I appreciate you taking some time to do this interview with me today.
Thanks for having me, Rich. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So we posted a press release in May regarding Jax Kar Wash celebrating a significant milestone in the company's history. And that, of course, is your 70th anniversary this year. That's a long time in business. Congratulations, Jason.
Thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm sure it has. And you've seen quite a bit of changes over the years, and I hope to discuss some of those changes with you here today. But let's start off with 70 years in the car wash business, right? And I'm sure it's been a lot of fun for sure. But what do you attribute the success and staying power of Jax Kar Wash to?
That's easy. Focusing on the customer. So many businesses want to focus on the bottom line. And yeah, that's important. The bottom line will come if you focus on the customer. And many of you out there may have heard of the term internal customer. That's just as important. That's our team members. They're just as important, if not more so, than the customers themselves. My grandfather, who started the business back in 1953, always instilled upon us that concept. And that's always been our major focus, is just taking care of the customer. No unhappy customers. Do whatever it takes.
All right. Yeah, certainly makes sense to me. But let's talk a little bit more about those early beginnings of the company. What can you tell us about how Jax Kar Wash started, how it was founded, and any significant milestones or changes along the way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So before 1953, I'm not sure exactly the year. Maybe it was 50. My grandfather, Jack, got into the business with a friend of his, and then soon after that sold his interest in that company so he could start his own in Detroit. And that was 6 Mile and Myers in Detroit. And then after that, in 1956, he opened up his second location in Birmingham, Michigan. A location which we still have today. It's one of our best sites. It's not the most optimal site because of the configuration of it. It definitely doesn't meet today's standards of how you would build a car wash, but we make do. Our customers love it. We've got a lot of great raving fans that go through that location every day and for every year since. And then soon after that, my father got into the business in the 60s. He got into it, and he brought me in when I think I was 1 year old. He had me wiping cars off. That's what it feels like anyway. But no, in all seriousness, probably when I was 13, I started working every position in the car wash. So it's truly in my blood. And then I got into running the business with him in 91 after college. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Do we want to disclose where this K in car wash came from, or do we want to keep that secret?
Yeah. So we may as well let the cat out of the bag on that. So there's two parts to that story, actually. Because there's JAX. A lot of people also ask that question. Why is it an X?
I didn't want to push it.
And then the K. The K is pretty simple. My grandfather wanted to just be unique and make it a K instead of a C. Now, for the Jax, he loved to tell the story, and we all miss him very much, but he lives on in us every day. he loved to tell the story about his first sign. He couldn't fit JACK' on it. It would have been too expensive and he couldn't afford it. So to make it less expensive, he shortened it to Jax at JAX.
I love it.
There you
Great
have it.
story. This industry's full of great stories. It's full with great stories like that. So, I want to talk a little bit, Jason, about the changes in the industry, right? 'Cause certainly this isn't your grandfather's car wash industry, so to speak. It's not even really your father's car wash industry anymore. So much change has happened in the past decade in this industry. Today's professional car wash business is undoubtedly becoming more sophisticated and certainly more competitive these days. So, for a 70-year-old car wash company like Jax Car Wash, obviously, it's no time to rest on your laurels, right? You have to keep up with all this change. So, how do you continually innovate to keep up with change?
Yeah, that's interesting. I would say, I hope this doesn't come across wrong. I would say we actually are one of the leaders in change, and I think a lot of people follow us. We've got a great group of friends that we share ideas with in the industry, and that helps. In if I could backtrack just a little bit, everybody knows that the unlimited club is what's really driving the industry these days. The growth. You're seeing so many car washes pop up today, and it's really because of that recurring billing model, right? That everyone sees such value in. And my grandfather actually started a a variation of that back in 1956 or 7.
Oh, wow.
It was the club plan. And there was no recurring billing on credit cards, of course, back then. It was an annual pay. You come in and you give us cash or a check, and we would give you a card that you could show every time you come in, and you could wash every day of the year. And so that was really the start of it. So we've innovated to, with the times to make that a recurring billing model on monthly. We also offer quarterly and annual plans, and um, you know that's a big part of it. But there's so many different ways to innovate. All this, a lot of great new equipment comes out that really helps us automate. We love our labor. Um, we don't love paying our labor, but without our people, we wouldn't be who we are. It's become so hard to get labor these days, and everybody knows this. I'm not giving any information that's new, but we all have to automate to compensate for that. So that's been a big area that's allowed us to keep up with the times.
Okay. Understood. Yeah, and I want to talk a little bit about those people, the great people at Jax Car Wash. I'm sure you're aware Jax Car Wash was one of the honorees of our inaugural class of Champions of Charity that we did for professional car washing and detailing earlier this year. So I know charitable contributions and getting the team involved in charity is one of the key cornerstones of what Jax does and its way to serve the communities that it's in. So the press release that we posted on carwash.com mentioned the integral role and loyalty of some key employees at your company, right? So what do these employees mean to Jax? And then on the flip side of that, what does Jax mean to these employees?
Jax, I'm recently finding out just how much we mean to our team members. I prefer that term over employees because I think of them a little bit differently, and they mean a tremendous part to me. It's not me driving this bus. It's me leading this team, which is creating happy customers. So without them, I couldn't do it. And we teach them all that the customer is our boss. So everybody realizes how important the customer is. Sometimes my father or I will, or our chief operating officer, Sean, will pull up to a location and we'll hear on the radio, you know, Jason's here, so everybody puts on this smiley face and and goes an extra step above. And I got, guys, don't do that. The customer's more important than I am. Just put that show on for every customer and
Right.
everybody will be happy. You don't need to do it when we arrive. So uh, it's very important to us that we focus on our people.
All right, fair enough. So, what can you tell us? What's new and exciting coming up for Jax Car Wash? Do you have any expansion news or anything? Are you celebrating the 70th anniversary in any way this year? What can you tell us? What's new and exciting for this growing car wash chain here?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago we did the 70th anniversary special where we gave away car washes for 70 cents. And we also had a surprise when you came into the location. You could also get 70% off your first month of the unlimited. So that was a huge success, and I think people in the community loved it. We have another location. We have two locations under construction now. One in our Detroit region and one in our Milwaukee region. We just opened another new construction in our Milwaukee region, which is called Jilly's Car Wash. So it's Jax and Jilly's. But we kept the name when we brought them into the family. So we are having a grand opening special this month at the Mequon, Wisconsin location. So that's exciting. And like I said, we have another one that's under construction in that area with two more right behind it, ready to go. We also have three in the Detroit region that are ready to go to start from the ground up. So we're very excited about that. And this expansion has been a lot of fun. And it's been a lot of stress and pressure on our team. We grew much faster than we anticipated we would grow, but these opportunities were in front of us and we had to take them. And I'm so proud of my team for the way they integrated these locations and executed this very difficult task. And then, finally, the next big thing that's coming up with this company is it's with this expansion and us creating this new large company, things are starting to stabilize. And after this huge burst of growth over the last year, I now feel it's time for me to step down as CEO of the company and hand over the reins to the next person that can take this company to the next level. And this is happening next Monday. So this is the first time this is coming out on your interview.
Oh, wow.
And yes, I guess you can put it that way. So I'm handing over the reins to a very competent man, John Zimmerman. He is one of my vice presidents now. He's president of our Jilly's region. He's the founder of Jilly's Car Wash in Wisconsin, and he's going to do a great job. Now, I am staying on the board as co-chairman with my father. The two of us are going to help guide John in any way that he needs, give him any support, as well as the rest of the team. We're always here for our Jax family, and we're really excited for this change, and we know that John's going to do a great job leading our team to further success.
All right, excellent. Well, I wasn't expecting that breaking news. I would have so many more questions for you, Jason, but we'll let you off the hook for now. I appreciate you taking some time to do this podcast interview with me, and best of luck moving forward as you transition out of the CEO position.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you taking the time for me today.